This is the Jeff Gerina Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the show. And today's Daily Fuel is for every faith-driven entrepreneur, every side hustler and kingdom builder out there creating, starting, and getting things done. So my hope here in this short episode is that you get the firepower that you need to keep going and making things happen, making big things happen. Hey, but real quick, before we jump into today's episode, I want to give you a heads up that if you're in sales, you own a business, or you're an entrepreneur, or maybe a faith-driven creator, and you want to succeed without compromising your faith, then check out my free guide, The Success Blueprint, 10 Daily Habits for Faith-Driven Achievers. It's got biblical truths, practical action steps, and a roadmap to help you grow spiritually and professionally. So to download that free copy now, go to jeffgerina.com/success blueprint and start building the habits that transform your life today. Okay, so you probably heard the phrase, work like it depends on you, but pray like it depends on God. Or there's another one that's similar to that a buddy of mine told me years ago, and I really like this one. It says, focus on your efforts and leave the results to God. Now, those sound pretty good, right? But could it be that those two, that there's more to it than that? That maybe this way of thinking is incomplete? And so just kind of go with me here on this episode, because I'm thinking here that maybe the problem is that too many of us as entrepreneurs are either all in, we're all hustle and no surrender, or we're all prayer with no action. And so I think here that maybe what's happening is if things aren't happening, we're not getting the results that we want, and we're stuck, that maybe what's happening is the missing key is alignment. So let me give you a scripture verse here. It's Proverbs 16, verse 3. It says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. Now that word commit literally means to roll it over to God. That means to give everything to the Lord, to lay your business, your brand, your dream, your goals, and lay them down at the altar of God, at the feet of Christ. Now we have to do that with open hands, right? We can't do that with closed fists, thinking, okay, well, I'm just going to control a little bit of that. No, we have to give 100% of whatever that is all the way, full commitment to the Lord. And so we do that, so then what do we do next? We can't just sit around and wait for something to happen. Now's the time that you have to get to work. Because it says in Scripture, in the book of James, it says that, and you probably already know this, that faith without works is dead. But here's the deal. Work without faith is empty. And so here's the misconception here. Quite possibly you right now are waiting on God to give you a green light when He's already given you the keys. Now, if that's not you, maybe you're on the other side of the coin here where you're driving 100 miles an hour with no map. I mean, you're just going full steam ahead, but there's no direction. There's no purpose. There's no clarity. And so to me, alignment means that you move with God, not ahead of Him and not behind Him. I remember years ago, and this is when I was younger, it was before I was married, I went on a catamaran and I had a sail on it. And when we first got on there, we weren't moving. I mean, the sail wasn't up. And then we pulled the sail up and we were, pulling those ropes and doing all that. And then all of a sudden we started moving. So I want you to picture a sailboat, whether you've been on a sailboat or not. And you already know that you and I, we can't control the wind, right? That's God's job. But we can control the sail. So if your sail is down, you're not going to move, even when the wind blows. But if your sail is up and the wind isn't there yet, you're still not going to move. We have to wait for God to do His part, right? But here's the thing. Your job is to position your heart, your time, your resources, and be ready when the wind comes. Be ready when God says, go, move forward. So we always have to be ready to work. Just like you're on a sailboat, you've got to do something. You've got to put the sail up. You've got to pull those, I don't even know all the technical terms here, but you've got to have that sail up at full mast to really get moving, to move at all. And so here's today's fuel for you. Your work is worship, And your calling is your commission, and your business is your battleground. So stay in sync with God's voice, tune in daily to Him, listen, and adjust, pivot, change, adapt, and move when He says move. And when you do, your work isn't going to just grow, it's going to multiply. And hey, quick reminder here again to check out my free guide, The Success Blueprint, 10 Daily Habits for Faith-Driven Achievers. Again, it's packed with biblical habits, practical action steps, and a roadmap to help you grow spiritually and professionally. So to get that free copy now, go to jeffjarena.com/success blueprint and start building the habits that transform your life right now. You've got this. I'll see you on the next episode. God bless.